Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. The seedling journey is a struggle. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and pretend with you. It's not easy. I have been gardening for decades, and every year I lose more seedlings than I want to. Okay, I'm not spending a whole lot of money. I'm not sterilizing nothing. My soil isn't I went to the Home Depot. I got a box of dirt, some kind of mix, prepared mix they had, and that's it. I water, I fertilize. Um, some of my seedlings go. But at the end of the day, I have a bunch of plants, and so will you. It's easy. You just have to understand some of those seedlings are going to go. I'll tell you what not to do. When those experts tell you to cut off those little plants around there, that's your security pin. If you had a bank account, say you only needed $10, but you had $100 in the bank, would you cut off $90? No, don't do that. Don't do that until you know. If for the last 10 years you've been growing from seed, and every year you always have abundance like that, and fine. But speaking from my own personal experience, I have sometimes put 20 little seedlings into the container and turned around, and just one little strong soldier was there. How am I to know which one that was? I do not know which one that was. I couldn't look. They all looked the same to me. So I'm telling you, wait until you have your nice, healthy plants from seedlings. I'm talking about 4-inch long, strong soldiers. And then keep your backup seeds, your backup plants, until you're certain the rabbit hasn't eaten your plant, or the bird hasn't eaten your plant. You never know. Your yard is a community. You may not know who's in it, but enjoy your garden, enjoy your time in the garden. I'm just trying to make it fun for you like it is for me, and help you with the lessons I've learned that you won't hear this anywhere else. Keep your backups in case of squirrels, in case of rabbits, in case of birds. Who knows what else, and then you'll be all right. Some unusual seeds from one of my favorite growers, which is Pine Tree. They had this Irish moss seed, which is a perennial, and since I am in Southern California, I did not think I would be able to grow moss, but ironically enough, I bought some sphagnum moss, and I used it back when I had blueberry bushes, and my neighbor put out some poison and it killed my blueberry bushes, and I just haven't found a spot where my neighbor's poison can't get to since then, so I gave that up. But what did grow was the sphagnum moss. So I have sphagnum moss growing in my garden, and I thought, well, if I can grow sphagnum moss with little summer water, then I could probably grow this Irish moss. So I'm going to grow this where my berries are planted and see if I can get that started. They say you want the soil to be 55 degrees, so that means I would plant this in the winter time. So I'm going to give it a shot in the winter time. I didn't know. I thought it was a summer crop, but that shows what I know about about moss. See, my moss came as a fluke. Then I got this herb za'atar. This is an herb that's in a lot of Middle Eastern cooking, and I believe it's in the oregano family. But they say it's a perennial in zones 9 to 11. Everybody else, it's an annual herb that you grow in the summertime. And to get it to grow, you need 65 to 70 degrees, which is pretty much what I have almost all year long. So I'm going to give this one a start. Oh yeah, even the Latin name is oreganum, so that's a form of oregano. Nice, I love oregano. And then I got this parsley arat, and this says sow 8 weeks before the last frost and direct sow in early spring. So again, this is a winter crop for me, so I'm going to save this for winter. And here we have red iceberg lettuce, and this, they gave me 300 seeds, and it says it germinates between 50 and 70 degrees. So that's my winter time, and then also spring, because it's about 60 something degrees today. So this I'm going to plant now, and since I have 300 seeds, I will save quite most of it for next year. My lettuce seed actually lasts me 3 or 4 years normally. This is my oxheart carrots, and the soil for this one is 50 to 80 degrees. So this is something I can plant all year long, and it germinates in 6 to 14 days, which is, in my opinion, pretty quick for a carrot. And they say you just want to maintain the moisture in your soil, and you can start sowing this 2 to 3 weeks before your last frost and continue through midsummer. So I'm going to get these carrots planted out. This is a brand new carrot for this year for me. I'm really excited about that. And then lastly, I got this herb, henna. I have grown this in a pot in my apartment garden. I grew this in a pot. It was the easiest thing in the world for me to keep in a pot. It doesn't take a lot of water. If I fail to water it, it doesn't even wilt. It's drought tolerant, doesn't mind heat, doesn't mind moisture. It was just perfect for a rooftop garden because, as you know, those are a little bit hotter than other gardens. And they gave me 50 seeds in that one. Let me see. They gave me 300 oxheart carrots, and that's kind of light for me. Maybe these carrots are bigger than most because I usually need about 1,000 carrot seeds. Let me see. 300 lettuce. That's a little light. You want about 1,000 lettuce if you can get it. Parsley, they gave me 400. That's kind of like carrot. I would prefer 1,000 of those, but I'll take what I can get. 50 herb seeds. I guess those are expensive, and maybe you don't need many. And then lastly, 25 of the Irish moss. So I got to get this one right because this is a really fancy item there. I haven't seen anybody else selling it. So, each company has something that's unique to them, and, that maybe they're the only one that sells. So just to let you know, in case you're interested, Irish moss, I believe, is really good for you, and it's in the seaweed family, but it's a seaweed that can grow on land. So hey, here we go. Here is my seeds now haul, and I got this lovely summer cover crop. This is buckwheat. I've grown hulless buckwheat, and hulless buckwheat has it's really a short and kind of delicate plant. I never could get enough established, and it didn't come back for me year after year. This is regular buckwheat that has a hull on it, so I'm going to give that a try and see if it does better. The only problem with whole buckwheat is that I'm going to have to try to figure out a way to harvest it and get some buckwheat out of those, and to make my, I like buckwheat pancakes. Yes, honey. I got these nasturtiums. These are, the leaves are edible, the flowers are edible, the seeds are a black pepper substitute, and these are... Hey guys, I got my seeds now haul, and I just checked their website, and they're not taking orders right now, but maybe later. Endive Broadleaf Classic. So, I love my endive, so I just tried a new one. They gave me this starter kit for Marzano tomatoes. I have enough tomatoes for this year, so I'll save that one. Anise. I'm going to try some more anise. I do have one that is growing, and it's beautiful, so I want some more. Chervil. I grew this last year. It's sprouted right now, but I wanted some more. And yarrow. My gardener killed my yarrow, so I want to grow some more. And this is a plant that produces soap. So there's a lot of plants that do put off a soap, and so I wanted to grow my own soap, so I'm going to grow soapwort. And I got some hyssop because I think that the birds or the rabbits ate my baby hyssop plant. Spotted bee balm. I think that's bergamot, but I like trying different herbs, so I'm going to grow that. Shingaku edible chrysanthemum. I grow chrysanthemums and I love my chrysanthemums. They flower twice a year. They're perennial, very drought tolerant, easy plant. So I want to try this one because it's edible. If it's just as good as the ones I have, I will trade for that one. Nasturtiums. I'm going to put this out in the garden for some spring flowers. It is also a vegetable and a spice, and it has flowers, so it's just beautiful. And then I'm going to do a cover crop of buckwheat. And I've grown buckwheat before, but this is the old-fashioned whole buckwheat. So I am growing this year. And of course, I'm going to show you how to plant the cover crop out. Jesus loves you, and I love you with all the Jesus in me. Be blessed, beautiful.